different, and we are underway. Chelyabinsk got a hold of it against the wall. Bringing the physicality tonight.
Sometimes when you lose the puck, it's a product of trying to do too much. Sometimes keeping it simple is more effective.
Big-time stop. Handles it along the blue line. Puts a little mustard on the hit to knock the puck loose. Getting closer to the halfway point of this frame. We've still got zeros on the board. Chelyabinsk got it in the defensive zone. Referee signals penalty coming up here with a delayed call. There's the whistle, and here's the call.
I love when play is physical and aggressive, but when you cross the line and there's too much, you're going to get the boarding call.
Will try to shave a few seconds off this penalty now. And that one's turned aside. And they'll cover it up, forcing a stoppage in play.
Out the glove and makes the save.
Looks like lineups are set and they're ready to get things back underway. Play resumes here as he wins the draw inside the offensive zone. With the stop. Here he is on the rebound. Scores! It's in the back of the net. And it comes from an unlikely source because that's his first career playoff goal.
Well, he's been relentless, James, in this playoffs. And you know what? He's found a way to find the back of the net. That's going to be a huge confidence boost for himself and his teammates.
Omsk has done a nice job staying with their game, and it finally pays off here, Cheryl, with a goal.
Yeah, when you trust the process and you stay to task, this is exactly what happens. You have good habits, you find a way to get it done, and you execute. Now you got to build on it. You got to find a way to get another one and continue on with consistency.
Guskov's going to play it against the half wall. Oh, what a hit against the boards!
Executed perfectly, James. I mean, he can't maneuver. He's got nowhere to go. He's lined up, and then he's taken down.
The score! And that's back-to-back snipes.
Well, it feels like there's a wave of a momentum, and it has certainly changed here. You can get the opportunity, but you have to execute. That's 2 in a row. Oh, man, that's a tough one for the goaltender. He's still looking for it. He's bobbing, ebbing, and flowing because there's so many layers in front of him. He doesn't even get a look at this. Well, you can see the coach on the bench after that last goal, and just certainly not happy with the effort that his team is displaying. You can see the feedback that's coming to athletes, and he wants to see a difference out there. He needs someone to make an impact.
Omsk's extended their lead to 2 here in the late stages of this opening frame. What a period.
Yeah, an incredible period. They've had momentum, and they've really held possession in the play. They've worked hard on the puck and to be supportive off the puck, and it's the reason why they've generated opportunities, James. They just need to come out with that same fire in the second.
Passes it over. Gives him a whack, and the officials are going to call this one. And here comes the judgment from the official.
Sometimes you have a conversation with the official just to give them the heads up that you're not happy. So setting the tone, setting an undercurrent because they've been more penalized.
Chelyabinsk won the draw. Now let's see what they can do with it. Takes a shot. Scores! At the buzzer, and they get one.
Well, coaches always say the first minute and the last minute of every period are critical. Well, now they've got momentum heading into the next frame. They got to carry it forward. Let's have another look at this, James. Yep, there it is. I mean, look at that net front presence, just the screen and the goaltender battling to find the puck. That's exactly what you need in the paint on the power play, and as a result, they score.
Both teams are set. They're ready to drop the puck. Traktor's got possession of the puck after that neutral zone faceoff. And you can hear these fans calling for a shot in the dying seconds. coverage. First period is in the books. The next 20 minutes is on deck next here on EA Sports.
Hey fans, we'd like to draw your attention to the far part of the arena where we're welcoming all of our minor hockey kids here in attendance tonight.
Just moments away from puck drop for second period action. And play has resumed here in period number 2. Well, Cheryl, already a third of this one played. What do you make of this one?
Chelyabinsk's been coughing the puck up a ton in the first period, James. And a lot of credit goes to their opponent who's closing on them quickly. But they have to manage that if they want to get back in this one. They're lucky they're only trailing by 1.
Moved up ahead after a nice pass from the right wing. Back to the point it goes. Scores! And the scratching and clawing is paid off as we are back to even.
Well, back to evens, James. I really like their game. I mean, when you're pushing and you're trying to find a way to get ahead and on top, you have to trust the process. That's exactly what they've done, and they've been rewarded for it.
Inching closer to the midway mark of this period. The next goal could be a big one as we are tied. At center ice now. He grabs the puck. Offensive zone face-off, and he wins the draw. Oh, you might call that friendly fire as it goes off one of his teammates. They've got numbers here. Oh, what a save in front. Oh! Vauquie's opted to hang on to the puck for a face-off. And they take possession after the defensive zone face-off. And a great save!
Reaction time is everything when you're a goaltender, and that's what you see from him.
Scores! And look at that! The rookie gets in on the playoff scoring!
Well, talk about embracing the nervous energy. Now he can take a breath, feel good about himself, and let the creativity flow. That's a really tough defensive zone turnover. Now everyone's caught out of position trying to cover, except for the shooter, of course, who has all the time in the world to put it top bins.
Omsk got the lead after that last goal here in the back half of period number 2, but Cheryl, it's been an unconventional way to find that lead.
Well, yeah, they haven't held any possession time, James, and they've really been sloppy. I mean, their coaching staff's been yelling, giving an earful all game long. Now it's a question of what are they going to do with the lead, and can they turn it around?
A little crashing and banging forces the turnover. Here's a shot. Oh, how did he keep it out? What a blocker stop by Vaukie. 45 seconds to go here. And that caroms off one of his teammates in front. On the wraparound. Wraparound attempt denied. What a stop as he was locked in on that one.
Yeah, James, he'd sealed the one post and then recognized that the shooter was going around the goal line and going to do the wraparound. He pushed across and made a brilliant save.
Well, a huge face-off coming up here.
Well, you know that you want to gain possession and you want to keep the pressure on because the goaltender is the only one who can't change, and he is the most fatigued guy on the ice. So you want to find ways to get some net front presence, get shots through the net because, man, he needs a rest.
Been a fun night in the barn as we bring an end to... The moment of truth has arrived for both these teams. Third period action set to go. And this one's underway here in the third. Drives the puck away. Traktor's got a hold of the puck now. Moves the puck. Kravtsov's got it against the boards. Slides the puck over. Penalty coming up as the play's blown dead.
Well, the bench doesn't like this call, James. It's untimely to say the least with that one-goal lead. Now, the PK unit, they got to get out there and they got to do a job.
Play resumes as they win the draw here inside the offensive zone. Big save by the goal. Scores! On the power play, we are back to even.
I love to see this, James, and as a coach, you know how much work that goes into a power play. You need to have chemistry, you have to have motion. You got to keep the PK guessing. They did all of it, and they got rewarded.
Still plenty of time left in this frame. We got a tie game. Omsk won the faceoff at center. And he takes the feed. Sidesteps the check. Shuts him down. McLeod's won it in their own end. Throws it on net from there. That opportunity's rejected. Yeah, the officials caught that hack. Takes a shot. There's the whistle. Let's get the official decision.
Well, he's going to get the slashing call here, James. It's a stick infraction. What that means is you're in a vulnerable spot. Why? Your opponent has gained position on you. Well, first power play of the game, James. You want to start with possession and look to get shots to the net. It is the tone setter.
Handles the pass. They score! A big-time goal puts them ahead.
Well, the power play unit, they take advantage here, James. They're elite puck movers. They're highly skilled players, and they put it to test, and they convert. How'd you like to play with him? Hey, James, I know that my stats certainly would have elevated. I mean, it's his crisp tape-to-tape passing. When it lands on your stick, you can almost feather it in. He's unbelievable. Love to see a power play goal, and you know who else does? The coach, because they work on it so often, knowing the importance of specialty teams. They connect on it.
Omsk has gone up by 1 here in period number 3.
You know that they recognize that they've got the lead in the third period, so they have to be defensively responsible, but you can't just sit back and protect. You got to be aggressive when you got the moment and take advantage of it.
Here's a chance to make something happen inside the neutral zone. And he takes the dish. Blocker saved by Vaukie. Stuffs him again.
The goalie makes an incredible stop, but typically he just invigorates his team with his scoring and his timeliness of it.
They've been treated to a fun one tonight. Lots of offense. It's 4-3. Chelyabinsk won the faceoff. Trying to gain a step. He's in the clear. Oh, denies him on the play.
And this is a great play by the tender to anticipate and get across to make that save.
60 seconds left here in the final frame. Sends the pass down low. Traktor's emptied the net. The extra attacker's now out on the ice. Chelyabinsk gained possession. Dishes it off. Here's a shot. And that shot gets blocked by one of his own teammates. Picked up in the open ice. Steps inside the attacking zone down the left wing. Slides the puck down low. Passes it over. Point-to-point pass. Somehow knocked away by the goalie on that one.
Near to the shooter in the slot, and he makes the glove hand save.
That is a lonely cage at the other end of the ice here, Cheryl.
Well, it certainly is, and an extra attacker on the ice. Possession is critical. Got to win this faceoff.
Slides it across. And that's broken up. Omsk's working the wide open net, and it goes wide. Chelyabinsk regained possession of the puck. Quick feed to Safin. Denies him on the play. Final buzzer sounds, and this one's in the books. And with the victory, they now extend the series to a 3-1 lead. They can taste elimination next.
Well, yeah, they can taste it coming off of that last victory. I mean, they have put their opponent on their heels, no question about it, where they had an opportunity to claw their way back into the series. Instead, they have a huge, distinct advantage right now, and that's what they got to do. They've just got to take advantage of what they've got and finish it off.
The playoffs are a war of attrition, and we know that they will continue, and we will see you then at the next broadcast. For Cheryl